Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. I went down to Vicksburg, Michigan to the Home Again Consignment shop and I found some things. The consignment shop is just a place where you take the things that you want to sell and you mark a price on them, and if they can sell them, they do. It's not an antique shop, although they sell antiques. And it's not a thrift store because, well, things are donated. It is a consignment shop. It's a place where people take things that they no longer need and somebody tries to sell it for them. So I end up with things like this, which is a piece of garden hose that I have no idea what I got it for. Package of 4-inch hose clamps, always useful. A hammer, badly used hammer. Workable, but not something I would normally buy. A file, which, even though the handle is cracked, it is a nice handle, and the file is in fairly good shape. It's still sharp. A big pair of tinshears that are much the worse for wear. These need to be sharpened badly. They also need to be tightened up. Cardboard is a lot easier to cut than tin, but I think a little bit of work. This will be a useful pair of tin shears. And a screwdriver. Stanley, made in USA. Cheapest kind you can buy. Along with a pair of slipjoint pliers. Now, Scout Crafter likes slipjoint pliers. I, on the other hand, have no need for them. This does happen to be a good pair of slipjoint pliers. The brand name is Motors, and they're made in Duluth, Minnesota. It says Made in USA stamped in the body. So if you had to have a pair of slip joint pliers, this would be a good pair to have. Not quite perfect. They will cut coat hanger wire, but it takes all the effort I want to put into anything. And of course, there's the bag, which looks like it held a slip cover or something. So, out of this thing, which cost me $2, I got a file, screwdriver, pair of pliers, a hammer, 1, 2, 3 4-inch hose clamps, and 3 conduit brackets, and a short chunk of garden hose, which really, it's useless. File is stamped Made in USA. Needs a little bit bigger handle to fit my hand. Not a great pile of stuff, but sometimes you just don't want to walk out empty-handed. On the same trip, I'd gone to the restore and I came up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 files. This one's $2. That one's $2. That one's $2. And that one's $2. These were $1 a piece. I happen to really like this kind of file. These are both Simons. And I have a couple already. It's just these you don't need a handle with. But if you're going to file a lot, you want to put something around the handle, because that's going to dig into the palm of your hand. And they threw in this file handle for $0.25. So this file that has the small handle can have one the right size. So there, now this is a worthwhile trip. $10.25 for files, $2 for a pair of tin shears, True Value tin shears, a Motors pair of slip joint pliers, and this hammer, which I suppose you could use to crack walnuts, along with some hose clamps. Not a bad deal. If you have any suggestions for new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union, without the express written permission of the parents or legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.